Hello, my name is Colby Pitcher. I am, I guess, technically a freshman or a sophomore at Brigham Young University, Idaho, in the construction management department. This past semester, winter of 2023, I interned for a utilities general contractor by the name of Black and McDonald in Salt Lake City, Utah. Black and McDonald is an international company based out of Ontario, Canada, and it deals strictly with utilities in the form of underground power conduit, substations, and overhead power lines. We deal with linemen and lineman unions in order to get a lot of our work done, as well as we also have a streetlight division, as well as we do a few other things such as wind farms and other forms of electricity, but we deal primarily with electricity. My role this past semester has been as a project coordinator under the construction department's project manager, Chad Walters. He and his assistant, Marshall Clegg, run the construction department, which consists of a hydrovac department, a heavy civil department, and a directional boring or directional drilling department, manned each by their own superintendent. My main responsibilities included interacting with superintendents in managing what is called a restoration database. So when I say we, I mean when the bore crews or the drill crews or a hydrovac crew go and complete a job, they tend to make a mess of whatever patch of space they're in, whether it be asphalt, concrete, or grass, or just landscaping. They tend to make a mess. They tend to tear things up. So my responsibilities included managing the database that kept track of where those crews were, what they had done, and what type of restoration job was needed, whether it be a couple panels of concrete, asphalt patching, or sod and grass, or just basic landscape restoration. My other my other responsibilities included, but were not limited to, managing a locates database. Anytime you're underground, you have a responsibility with the state that you are in to call in what are called locates. This allows you to put in a request with the state database for underground work, a project that you're going to be doing, what you're going to be doing. And this allows the state organization to send out a notification to all companies who have utilities underground in the vicinity of a certain range of footage from where you're going to be working to, and it allows them to send people out to mark the locations of these utilities, and it also allows them to be protected from liability. It allows us to be protected from liability. It helps us to be able to work around high pressure gas lines, things like storm drains and irrigation lines, aqueducts, existing power utilities, communication lines, and a wide array of underground utilities. In addition to managing this, I also was responsible for working with local city or town officials, county officials, as well as state and federal officials in the permitting process. My responsibilities with this included compiling documentation that was needed to submit and get approval on the necessary permits that were needed, ranging from Utah Department of Transportation permits that allowed us to access their right-of-ways and their easements to get into where we were installing or replacing power conduit. This also allowed us to work in city, county, or state easements and right-of-ways as well, and it allowed us to encroach upon that to be able to do the work that was necessary. In addition, it also was a way that we were able to gain permission to be able to store equipment and materials such as front loaders and track hose, as well as other materials like utility poles for electricity, as well as the conduit piping in sizes ranging from 3-inch diameter piping all the way up to 6 to 12-inch diameter piping. In dealing with the superintendents, I was also able to go out and have some hands-on experience with a couple of the crews. I was able to go and spend a lot of time with the directional drilling crews and be able to work on site with them and be able to see how they interact with one another and how they are able to accomplish the work. I was able to go out with the hydrovac crew, and more particular with the superintendent, be able to do and complete a job for them and be able to drill some holes for power lines. I was also able to go and spend some time with the civil side, the superintendent for the civil side, and be able to see them install vaults, be able to pull boxes, and be able to open trench where it wouldn't be possible for us to install conduit via directional drilling. All in all, this internship has taught me a lot. It has taught me the value of being mindful of deadlines, being mindful of all tasks that that need to be done. This job has taught me the ability to get as much done in a high quality manner as possible. Construction is an easy field for everyone on the outside of it. Once you enter the construction industry, you really truly realize that there is a lot that is required of you, and mistakes can cost thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars in insurance and rebuilds or just change orders, you name it. Mistakes can cost a lot, and I made my fair share. It taught me that I needed to be accountable for my mistakes. An example, I did not create the most adequate or up to par map diagramming our proposed path of installation for 6-inch power conduit that we will be doing for Rocky Mountain Power. And a city engineer let me know that it was a crappy map. And because of this, it was a teaching moment for me to be able to understand that there is an expectation in the construction industry that you need to be above average. You need to be exemplary in what you do, because it really does matter. All in all, this internship has been great. It's helped me to make contacts in the construction industry. It's also given me a lot of experience to be able to get a full-time job while I'm in college. Starting this next month, I will be employed as a project manager / coordinator for a company local in Rexburg. This company has taught me a lot about the construction industry, and I'm so grateful for my time with Black and McDonald.